Considerably. The other important reason why tire stocks have been doing well is the fall in rubber prices. To get a handle on what this means to the various companies, we have with us Mayur Milak, Research Analyst, Institutional Equities at Anand Rathi Securities. Thank you, Mayur, for joining us. Well, first, if you can start by telling us exactly how much of the Chinese competition has decreased and what does it mean for Indian companies? Will it mean higher volumes or will it mean higher prices also?
See, honestly, I think while we don't really have confirmed numbers, but what we get from industry sources is that there was a monthly number of 1,50,000 units that was being imported. That has almost come down to 1 lakh units. So it's a significant decline, yes, at this point. But whether this will sustain or not, of course, only time can say. There are also reports which suggest that the Chinese tires have actually taken a price hike of almost 7 to 8%. But that would still mean that the difference, which was like 25%, has come down to 15-17%. It still means a bigger number. Whether this sustains or not, we don't know. But yes, it definitely gives an edge to the Indian manufacturers, for sure.
Mayur, why are we not convinced that this lower monthly rate of Chinese imports will sustain?
See, honestly, we really don't know the capacities at China, right? So while there are reports that US has done away with the anti-dumping duty on Chinese imports and they could really look at those markets as well. But the fact that whether they're really diverting stocks over there or they can do India and US combined, we have no hang on that. So too early to say whether this advantage will sustain, but definitely a feather in the
Since how long are we doing lower imports from China?
So this would mean, I think, post demonetization, we've seen that happening. So, you know, this was always a cash and carry model. So yes, some of that definitely took a hit from the demonetization. And now that they've taken a price hike and US has done away with it, so all of those things are combining together, I guess.
We searched high and low for demonetization benefits. Lo and behold, lower Chinese imports. Okay, but you know, the other advantage has been the lower rubber prices. What do you like among the set of stocks? Which ones look best suited to gain, or do you have a buy on all of them?
So honestly, we've been pushing the entire tire pack for quite some time now. We've been bullish on that. We think demand has been structural. So we don't really see, while imports were an issue, yes, but we thought that demand was always in favor of the manufacturers. Now with rubber prices also, you know, residing, so they had touched a peak of almost 160, 65 plus. And now we again see them coming back to 150 levels. So I think till last quarter, we always thought they needed a 7 to 8% kind of price hike to really maintain the margin that they've been reporting. But now with the rubber prices coming off and they've already taken a 3 to 4% kind of hike in the previous month, we believe that, you know, they should be able to sustain margins what they've been reporting in the last 2 quarters, which should be good for the industry overall. Into our pecking order, we of course like JK, MRF and C8. Although we have a buy on Apollo, but we think amongst the 4, Apollo seems to be the weakest.
Just in the recent past, given these two developments, have you increased your earnings estimates for any of the stocks?
No, not really. I think
so it's not that material a development to cause an improvement in earnings.
It needs to stay for a period of time where, you know, where you can really say that the rubber benefit will come in, because these guys normally carry a 40-45 days of inventory. So while that gain, so we definitely know that Q4 margins will really be under pressure because it is the entire high cost inventory which is being used, and the price hike did not really come at the beginning of the quarter. So it came somewhere in the middle of the quarter. So Q4 margins will be under pressure. But I think going forward, it definitely looks as a better scenario for the guys.